Alright, so I'm hoping this will be my last video on this, or my last take, I mean. Because this is my fourth take, and I'm getting really sick and tired of talking about it. I wanted to at first, but the first rant was talking about, like, how much, like, the woke crowd have, polluted TTRPGs. The second video was a rant on Critical Role, which I despise. Then the third take was I swore I wasn't going to do it, but I ranted on Critical Role again anyway. And my problems with Matt Mercer, not only as a person, but as a DM. But anyway, so I'm going to keep it short and simple and try to avoid everything. What is the D&D experience? Okay, so I run two campaigns, and I'm a player in a third. I'm a player in a 5e Lost Minds of Phandelver campaign, but I DM. Both of them are basic fantasy RPG. One of them is a Morgan's Fort campaign, and the other one is a homebrew campaign of mine called Thadelon. So, I'm here to tell you now that if you're somebody who's expecting to be uh, a DM or a player or anything like that, it's not about the most complex world building you can do, or writing really bad fan fiction, or writing like really bad Tolkien ripoffs or subversions of Tolkien tropes, because that's become a trope in and of itself now, subverting Tolkien. But and Tolkien could have done it better. But anyway, so what is the D&D experience? The D&D experience is about uh, my elf thief asking how grappling works for the third time. It's about my dwarf cleric wondering whether or not he can bust through the wall with the pickaxe he found. It's about my uh, elf mage wondering whether or not he's going to die at the next sword swing. It's not about like having Mary Sue OC characters who are like super overpowered, having Sonic the Hedgehog powers or Naruto powers or something. It's not about uh, again. It's not writing like some really crappy OC because you believe falsely that D&D is a storytelling game when it's not. It's a role playing game. Never has been a story game, and that's a very modern phenomenon that dates back to the late 80s. It's a role playing game. And the experience is dropped dice, broken pencils, lost character sheets, smudged maps, and people who forgot who goes next in the initiative order. It's not about polished gameplay. It's not about high production values for your stream. It's not about any of that. Approach it from this simple point: a group of players sitting down to have fun with a game. For a couple of hours, they play the game, and they end up not finishing the dungeon because uh, reasons. Some of them really funny reasons, but reasons nonetheless. And okay, that's it for the week, guys. Let's take it next session. So, is what it is, right? So that's the D&D experience. People that are going to have fun. Now, my characters are not going to remember the name of the Knoll god of the idol that they found in the mine. They're not going to remember a friggin' thing about the Knoll cult they're getting ready to fight. They're going to remember the time that the elf thief stole the fez off of a halfling mining foreman in the middle of broad daylight without anybody seeing, and then wearing it around for a little while before he finally put it on a goblin's head after he decapitated the goblin. They're going to remember the elf mage dropping so low that they thought he was going to die, and the cleric was like, I need to heal him. And they're going to remember the time that the cleric got the dwarf cleric, found a pickaxe, wanted a tunnel, rolled the worst roll you could possibly have, and broke the pickaxe because he's so strong and the walls were not going to give. That's what they're going to remember, and that's the experience.